This video is sponsored by Mark 7 Car Wash Equipment, providing clean, dry, shiny cars for over 50 years. Visit mark7.net for more information.
Hello and welcome to Unscripted, the video series that connects you with market leaders. Today on our Unscripted video, we welcome Eric Wulf, Chief Executive Officer for International Carwash Association. Hello, Eric, and thank you for joining us here today.
Hey, Rich. Happy holidays. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, happy holidays. So today's topic is reflecting back on 2020 and updates from ICA, and obviously, Eric, 2020 will be a year that none of us are going to be soon to forget, but it's also a year that none of us could have ever prepared for. So I'm curious if you could go back in time to March 1st, 2020, before the statewide lockdowns and everything that took place and all the ripple effects that occurred on small businesses, including those in the car wash and detail industry. What would be one piece of advice that you would either give to yourself or operators, and why?
Yeah, wouldn't that be great if we could just rewind time? I think what I would probably want to remind myself of or teach myself, and remember, so March 1st is before even we canceled the trade show, but that would have been top of mind for myself and our team and a lot of our community, would have been maybe to try to unmoor myself from thinking of like, this will go back, this will return, that, this idea of things, maybe there'll be a pause for 30 days or 60 days or 6 months. And I think now where I've tried to shift my thinking, and I would have maybe had wanted to adopt this earlier on, is it's not return to normal. It's more like we have to go forward. It's just we're going to go forward differently. And I think that I've tried to keep that top of mind, particularly as this situation has drug on longer, of course.
Okay. Now, staying in 2020 here, Eric, what were some of the leading issues that the association advocated either for or against in 2020? And then how did COVID impact these resolutions? As a follow-up, what issues are on the table for 2021?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you boil down what ICA does and most associations is, we bring people together to learn and to network, and when you think about trade shows, conduct commerce. And the ways in which we have done that, and most associations were able to do that up until March and April of this year, was exclusively face-to-face, and so that's not available anymore. And things look to be getting better, but we had to change what we were doing. And so, I think we tried to do two things. One was respond to what our community needed. And so we spent a lot of time during the shutdown developing some resources. We have those still, in fact, at carwash.org/sharing. So what are operators doing with lockdowns? What are they doing to keep their people and their customers safe? What are the changing rules that are coming down from the thousands, literally, of different jurisdictions that impacted the car wash business? So that was one piece of what we were trying to do and advocate for the industry. And the other part, of course, was what can the ICA do differently? And so you saw us come out not long after the cancellation of the show with things like our pulse surveys. So going out to operators and vendors and just trying to get a sense of, what are you doing? What are you thinking? What do you think it'll look like in 6 months? Where's your optimism or lack thereof at certain times? And then you also saw the association kick off our Thursday every week broadcast of what we call Car Wash Magazine Live. And so that allowed us to continue to deliver on ideas and information and a little bit of humor, especially during the darkest periods, a little bit of humor with that product, that every week we can bring the industry together for some interviews and panel discussions and information with online via the screen.
Yeah, certainly, definitely good resources throughout the year for everyone in the industry, including carwash.com. So ICA's goal is to build community in the industry, as you just mentioned. So looking into 2021, how will the association be able to bring members together either in person or virtually this year?
Yeah, well, I mean, we remain optimistic and very hopeful and very focused on November of 2021 being the next edition of the Car Wash Show. We've moved the dates of that next event twice. They're now set for the week before Thanksgiving in Las Vegas. You know, we feel really good about, even though right now in lots of parts of the country, coronavirus is as prevalent, if not more, than it ever was. You know, given what's happening with vaccines and that we're still talking about nearly 11 or 10 plus months away, we feel really good about that event happening. And we're really thankful for the support of particularly our supplier community. I mean, that trade show, even though it's almost a year out, remains just about sold out. So our trade show floor will be ready to welcome operators back. And I know people are eager to get off of these things, get off of Zoom and screens, and get back to interaction, you know, face to face. We'll continue to build out the content and grow the viewership for the live product, the Car Wash Magazine Live. The feedback on that has been fantastic, and we have some great ideas for pieces of content that we'll have into the new year. We also are going to be launching something that we had been testing over the past several months, and that's something called Pitch. And what Pitch is a concept we developed to allow up to 25 operators to hear from suppliers on solutions to car wash problems or about their new products. It happens over the screen, which is what's available to us right now. But after testing that a couple of times, we got some really good feedback on that. You know, at least this is a little more of an intimate, sort of a qualified group of operators who are leaders of their organizations. Decision makers can come together and hear from experts in the field on what's happening. So we'll continue with that. And then the thing we're probably most excited about is something that we'll be launching, in fact, in the early part of January, which is a brand new car wash manager training platform. We've been at work for this for about 18 months, and we've worked with some of the top car wash organizations to develop the content, again, focused on car wash managers. I'm happy to say we're already in pre-sale mode, and so we have several organizations already using the product. They've purchased it, they're really enjoying it, the feedback's been great. So that will be the headline for ICA as we head into 2021, and really for the first part of the year will be that new training.
All right, sounds good. Look forward to hearing more and seeing more. So
Thanks.
prior to the pandemic, Eric, ICA offered an aggressive international agenda, including hosting four different shows on, or 4 shows on 4 different continents, I should say, over a 12-month period. So how will this international approach and strategy change, if at all, moving forward? And then as a follow-up, how does this international strategy benefit U.S. members specifically?
Yeah, remember when we can get on planes and leave the United States?
I do remember that.
We hope for the return of those days. And so, I mean, obviously, given the situation right now, there are no plans, firm plans right now for Car Wash Show Australia, Car Wash Show China, Car Wash Show Europe, at least from a face-to-face perspective. There may be some things that we're able to do digitally next year, but that'll be announced after or early in Q1 of 2021. But just given the travel situation, it's impossible right now. So we do remain committed to those ideas. We're talking to our partners all the time with the different associations around the world about bringing those events back and when the right time is, et cetera. So we'll announce those as the situation allows us to. But we remain committed to them because the feedback that we've gotten from attendees and suppliers is that's a really invaluable way to exchange information. I mean, operators, if you think about it from a US perspective, operators have come back to the United States after going to these shows with lots of new ideas they have put into practice. I mean, we have seen the ideas from elsewhere be impactful on the street in the US. And same for suppliers, the chance to build a market. So we really believe in the concept. It's just going to be a while until we know when that'll happen again.
Okay, sounds good. Well, 2021 hopefully will give us a lot of reasons to look forward rather than looking back. So which market trends excite you the most about the future of professional car care, and why?
Well, I mean, it's easy to talk about mergers and acquisitions and all of the financial activity that's happening in the industry. And I think that's important and good, at least insofar as it tells us that there's interest in the market and there's excitement around car washing. But I think what's most exciting for me is, and maybe this is the same for you, Rich, but it's what I see at washes near me. I mean, it's what's really happening on the street. And so I think car washes are putting out a better product. I think the washes look better than ever before. We're doing a better job. It's an exciting place to visit, honestly, especially during coronavirus times, right? It's a place to go. It's an experience that's fun. And so I feel like for this industry, we have this incredible opportunity, and we're so fortunate to see this marriage of human capital and financial capital. And we can now deploy both of those to make car washing what I think will be truly one of the world's great retail segments. And so I feel really optimistic about where the business is going.
I agree. Certainly a definitely exciting time in our industry and its future. So Eric, again, thank you for taking a few minutes here to do this interview for carwash.com. It's always great to see you, and hopefully we could see each other in person this year in 2021.
Let's do that, Rich. Yeah, thank you.